my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell is going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragon Ball Z Dokkan, or Dokkan Battle, as some people have pointed out is the proper pronunciation. But screw it, we're still going to say Dokkan. I don't even care. I've done like 3 videos talking about this. This is going to be a video regarding 5 quick tips that every beginner should know in this game. Not necessarily the most important tips, not necessarily like, my God, this is, you know, you have to follow. Well, actually, you do have to follow these. You should be following these rules. But it's just like quick tips that come to mind, you know, off the top of the head that I can share with you to make your life much, much easier. And as you can see, one quick tip that I want to suggest is, this is actually a bonus tip. Utilize websites. Utilize Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle subreddit. Utilize the Dokkan Wiki, which is dbz-dokkanbattle.fandom.com, or just Google Dokkan Wiki. Utilize dbz.space. Those 3 really are all you need. Obviously, you can follow myself on Twitter and watch these YouTube videos, and that'll help out a ton as well. But really, those 3 websites are fantastic. Okay, that was a bonus one. Let's jump straight into number 5. By the way, this is not in any particular order. It's just what I wanted to throw out. So number 5 is not all super attacks are created equal. What does that mean? That means that you're going to get a ton of characters as you're summoning, and you're going to get duplicate characters, okay? This is very important. Don't immediately start feeding your duplicate characters into the main character as a food for his super attack. What I mean by that is, let's just say you pull, great example. Let's just say you pull the new Vegito or the new Gogeta, and you're like, all right, I got to increase this guy's super attack, right? Boom, there he is, base form LR Vegito. Well, let's go all the way to his SSR. This is what you're going to summon on. Boom, and he's going to start off at 1 out of 10 super attack. So you're not going to want to just throw Elder Kais into this guy, because there's a way to farm his super attack without having to use Elder Kais, Grand Kais, or Dozy Kais. And that's the case for a lot of champions, or a lot of characters. Unfortunately, the game does not make this obvious, nor does the game tell you who you can use, unless if you're actually going into training. And then if you have those characters, it'll show you like, hey, this is going to give you a 5% chance, a 50% chance, a 100% chance to increase the super attack. But it doesn't say like, hey, these characters that you don't have yet will increase the super attack by 100% or whatever the case is. So this website does. So if we see the Tech Vegito there, we scroll down and we see here that this particular character, he's SR on Japan, he's SSR guaranteed on global. This guy here has a 50% chance to increase the super attack of this Tech Vegito. And if we take a look, this man, you can actually acquire him from this Dokkan event, stage 1. So if we look right here, this is stage 1, and you can get him on Z hard. And he's got a fairly good drop rate. I think he either drops like 50% or something like that. So you can just farm this, and it's only 10 stamina. So you can farm this a ton of times and get like 15, 20 of this particular SSR strength Vegito, and then just use that to increase the super attack of him. And so this is the case for any character that you can think of. So if we, let's get out of there. If we go to Gogeta, okay, let's just say you get the Gogeta, right? The strength LR Gogeta, boom. Of course, you're going to have him at the SSR state. Here it is. So then I'm just going to go scroll down and take a look. Okay, this strength Gogeta can be used to increase the super attack. Here's the interesting thing. So the SSR form is going to give you a 50% chance to increase the super attack. As you can see, he's level 80 out of 100. If you Z awaken him to level 100, so his SSR goes from SSR to UR, he will give you a 100% chance to increase the super attack of him. So if you leave him in the SSR form, it's only 50%. if you Z awaken him to the UR form here, then he will indeed give him a 50% chance. Also, be very mindful if you are doing this farm, this grind with these two, because they look very similar. The LR does have the black and red background. The non-LR has the blue background. Also, the non-LR has both of his hands down, whereas the LR has one hand up. That's very important. Also, very in the thumbnail here, the LR is smiling with his teeth showing. The non-LR is not. All right, so that's super important. His mouth is closed. His mouth is not. His mouth is open. That is the LR. That's the one you want to hold on to. And then obviously this one, you just take a look down here, acquired from this Dragon Ball Broly event, which I believe is stage 11 that you acquire this guy. Yes, stage 11, Z hard. You can use the bonus effect, all that stuff. So that's super important. If you pull a character and you're not sure if you should just start using Elder Kais, go on the Dokkan Wiki website first. Look up the character, scroll down here, and see if their super attack can be raised. You're going to save yourself a bunch of Elder Kais, particularly when you get this guy up to LR and you have to increase his super attack from 10 to 20. Well, it doesn't really make sense to farm units at that point because no one's going to give you a 50% chance. No one's going to give you a 100% chance. It's all like 5 or 1% chance. Not worth it at that point. At that point, you can start using your Dozy Kais, your Grand Kais, your Elder Kais. So this is super important. That's tip number 5. Tip number 4. This one should be pretty self-explanatory, but I do see sometimes on my Discord, link is down below in the team building section, people not using categories or not using mono teams. So this game is all about building the right team. It's not about just taking your strongest cards and putting them on the same team and then hoping to beat it. That's not going to get you anywhere. Because this game categorizes all its units and puts different units on different teams. Now, some characters share a lot of different categories, some of them don't. So there's really 2 ways that you can create a team. Number 1, by type. And the type is the color. So there's blue, green, purple, red, and orange. Blue is AGL or agility. Green is tech or technique. Purple is int or intelligence. STR is red, which is for strength. And then PHW is PHY is orange, and that's physical. And those are broken down into 2 subsets. So AGL, the blue, has super, which are good guys, right? Like Goku's, Vegeta's towards, after the Saiyan saga, Krillin's, Gohan's, things of that nature. And then there's extreme, and extreme are villains, bad guys. The majority of Broly's out there, your Friezas, your Zamasus, your Cells, characters like that. So that's the first way that you can create your team is, first off, you want to find your type leader. So their leader skill has to give, as you can see here, extreme tech, and you're going to see that little symbol there. So if you're trying to build an extreme tech team, he's going to give 3 key and 120% HP attack and defense to all extreme tech characters. So you're essentially going to want to, again, you can go on this website, look up extreme tech, and just put all, characters that you have on here onto that team under him as the lead. All right. That's one big thing. He also gives super tech 1 key, HP attack and defense 50%. So early on in the game, you can definitely get away with this. You can have extreme and super units on the same squad if you're doing a type team. You just have to make sure that they give some kind of benefit. Do not have a character on your team and the leader skill of whoever you have in the leader slot is not benefiting some of those characters. I'll see people that will have, for example, they'll have a fusion team, right? They'll have Gogeta as the fusion leader, and they'll have Vegito on the team. Vegito is not a part of fusion. He is a part of the Potara category. Vegito is not strength or whoever they're running, right? He's not getting the sub lead. So be very mindful of that. If you're doing a type team and you have extreme tech, or let's just say you're doing, let's go over here. Let's just say you're doing super intelligence, right? Super intelligence here. You got this Gogeta here, and then you put Super Saiyan 2 AGL Gohan on here. Well, Super Saiyan 2 AGL Gohan might be on, is he on final trump card? Let's take a look real quick. Or let's just say you pick this guy. You're like, hey, this guy's really strong. Let me put him on the same team. He is AGL, Super AGL, and this dude only gives stat boost to Super Intelligence and Extreme Intelligence. You may be able to get away with doing the very weak, easy events early on, but you will not be able to do any of the difficult events later on if you're bringing characters that do not mesh well and don't fall under the leader skill. Now, the other way works because, as you can see, he's a Super Saiyan's leader. He's not a type leader. So this is where it gets a little bit different. We have categories in the game as well. And if you take a look here and you go down to categories, he's on 5 different categories: Fusion, Movie Heroes, Super Saiyans, Otherworld Warriors, Final Trump Card. So if you have him as the leader and you put him on the team, he will in fact gain that 4 key and 130% HP attack and defense because he is a Super Saiyan leader and he is a Super Saiyan category character. And that really goes to now the second type of teams that you can build, which are category teams. And as you can see, there's actually a lot more categories than there are. I believe that, yeah, there is, because there's only 2 for each from what it looks like. But yeah, so let's just say if you want to build an Android team, right? You want to live out your dream of having a full Android team for whatever reason. I don't know who dreams that. But you can have a few different. So let's actually just jump into the category list. I think that'll be a little bit easier to see here. Again, this website is invaluable. So here we go. You can do chronological or alphabetical. You even have the Japanese names. So if you're playing the Japanese version and you're like, oh, I forgot what Realm of Gods is in Japan. Okay, there's Realm of Gods there. I look across. Okay, that's the category that I have to find. Anyway, let's just say I want to build a good Realm of Gods team. It shows me who the leaders are, who the best leaders are. And then it shows me who the sub-leaders are. The sub-leaders are, you're not getting as much of a bonus. All right, that's really all it means. So if I click on somebody like Gowasu and Zamasu here, you're only getting 120% lead. Whereas if I go up to these top leaders and I go to like AGL Zamasu, Realm of Gods, Key 3, HP attack 170%, and then defense 130. So better all across the board. And then I can say, okay, I want to bring AGL Zamasu. I have AGL Zamasu. Fantastic. I'm going to bring them as a leader. And let's see who's on the team. Well, I just scroll down. It's categorized. Super, extreme. These are all the TURs. Super, you see how Dokkan Battle really favors the heroes as opposed to the villains. And then, boom, physical. And then it even shows the SSRs down here and whatnot. So that's essentially how the categories work. If you want to, let's just say, for example, you ended up pulling. Well, let's go to the actual. Let's go to the actual banner unit. Let me think of. Okay, let's just say you pulled Intelligence Cell. All right. Let's just say you pulled Intelligence Cell, and you're like, okay, I really want to run this LR Intelligence Cell. I'm going to take a look at LR Intelligence Cell. Oh, he's the Androids and Cell Saga. 4 key, HP attack, 150%, defense, 170%. Wow, that's fantastic. Who's on that Android Cell Saga? And all you're going to do is just look into your character box and find who of these characters you have, and you're going to throw them on there. And that's essentially how you're going to be able to clear content much, much easier. And you're not going to have characters that don't fit on the team. Use this website. DBZ.space also has something similar to this, but I do like Dokkan Wiki. I like DBZ.space too. They're both fantastic. So this is very, very important to be able to clear more difficult more difficult content later on. Tip number 3 is just a quick one, but it's one that I think has cost a lot of people some tragedy. It really has. Super simple. Lock your units. Lock your new characters. That's it. That's the tip. Lock them. Let's just say, for example, if I jump into a summon very quickly, I think I'll go in. Why not? Let's do a multi on this particular banner here, right? The 5th anniversary ticket summon banner. And let's just say I get a new unit. Okay, Whis. I swear, if I got a Whis rewind, that would be absolutely insane. I've never seen Whis before, by the way, in terms of the rewind animation. But Super Saiyan 1, okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to get anything good. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just go through this multi, and we'll pick one particular character and say, like, okay, let's just say it's a really good character because it looks like we're just getting absolute doo-doo here. All right. So let's just say I'm like, whoa, strength, Tech Krillin. I can't believe I pulled Tech Krillin. I've been hoping I'd get him for years now, for months now, for weeks now, whatever the case is. Do this. Hold, just touch the character. That's all you got to do. Just touch the character. And then there's a little lock button on the top right. Click it. And then it turns yellow. The character is locked. What that means is if you are selling or you are in Baba and you're doing trade, characters for trade points, you cannot accidentally get rid of that character. That's all it does. It makes it so you cannot accidentally sell that character. You can't accidentally feed that character into another character. You can't accidentally Baba that character. That is literally all it's doing. And so as you can see, of course, I have all my LRs locked. I have all my URs locked. I think we can go through this entire list, except for these 4 who I'm going to use to feed into another character. So they're not really needed. But if you notice, my rainbowed physical Gotenks here is locked. And you see he's only 10 out of 15 because I want to awaken those boys and throw them in there. But pretty much all my other URs are all locked. And again, these are for AGL Raffle Broly, who I still haven't pulled. I don't understand it. And that's the only reason that they're not locked. Same thing with these Gokus. These are just... there's so many base form Gokus that you can get. These are just on the ready in case I pull one, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku or whatever the case is. And that's pretty much it. All my other characters are locked up. I ain't playing around. Simple, lock your characters. Tip number 2 is huge for new players. If you are sub rank 100, even sub rank 150, and you're having difficulty beating events, particularly if, let's just say, you pulled a fire new unit and you just can't clear the super 25 stamina event. I know there's a lot of you guys that message me like, dude, how do I beat this? It's so hard, blah, blah, blah. 2 answers. Number 1, LR Ginyu Force. All right. There are 2 fantastic free-to-play teams that you can get very, very easily. The first one, I'm in the Portal of Memories, but these pop up every single day for you to clear. Monday through Friday, plus the weekends. There's 2 separate events. The first one is LR Ginyu Force. And essentially, it starts Monday. So if we go into events, obviously I'm recording this on a Monday, and then we go to Ginyu Force Special Training. So let's go ahead and click on this. So you can actually acquire this SSR AGL Birder and Dokkan Awaken him into a TUR level 120. And you can also get all of the hidden potential orbs needed to rainbow this guy. So you're going to get a bunch of different copies. You're going to throw them in there, open up his hidden potential path once you get to rank 50. If you're not rank 50, keep leveling up. You're going to get there eventually. You're going to get his super attack up 10 out of 10. You're going to open up the 4 dupe paths in the hidden potential system. You're going to put in all the orbs needed. Doesn't matter how many times you have to run it. Just keep running it. Keep doing this event until you rainbow this AGL Birder. And then you're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Essentially, it's AGL Birder on Monday, Tech Guldo on Tuesday, Intelligence Captain Ginyu on Wednesday, Strength Chase on Thursday, and then finally Physical Raccoon on Friday. And you're going to do that event every single day, or if you can't wait and you have a ton of keys, you can jump into the Portal of Memories, and then as you can see, each day that's not available is there. So you can just hop in here. Okay, I'm missing Raccoon. Let me go into the physical training. Takes 2 keys to do Z Hard. Not that difficult at all. Once you do that, once you complete it and you have every single one of these rainbowed, they give you a free LR. They just give it to you. It just shows up as a completed mission. That's it. Fantastic. Free LR right there. And he's the leader of the Ginyu Force category, and you can use all those characters together and clear a ton of content. Like, the majority of content in this game can be cleared with the Ginyu Force. They even have their own special stage for you to clear in Super Battle Road. So that's how good they are. That's how good they are, that you can bring them in there for Super Battle Road. So very, very good. Now, they've been out for a while. They redid this with Team Bardock. So you have a second team that you can farm. And I may even say to farm for Team Bardock first, and then go for Team the Ginyu Force second. And it's the same exact way. So you have Borgos on Monday. Same thing. You can get multiple copies of Borgos, get all his paths open, hidden potential him up, rainbow him. And then when you rainbow him and you rainbow the other members, as you can see, you got Borgos on Monday. You have Tora on Tuesday, Fasha on Wednesday, Bardock on Thursday, and then Shugesh on Friday. Then they just give you an LR. After you 100% those 5 members, boom, they just give you the LR. Again, he's the team leader. You can't complain about that. With those 2 teams, you should be able to clear, I'd say, 85 to 90% of the content in Dokkan Battle. You're going to have to use items and whatnot and be smart when you're facing some of the newer, very difficult Dokkan events, but you shouldn't have an issue, to be quite honest. You should not have an issue. Make sure you're doing that. I think the number one tip that people should definitely follow, and I know it's hard to follow this advice. I know it's difficult. Don't use Dragon Stones to revive. Don't do it. It's one thing that I see a lot of people mention having difficulty with certain events and talk about how they have to use 2, 3, 4 Dragon Stones just to beat an event. If you have to use that many Dragon Stones to beat an event, then you should stop trying to beat that event. You should wait until you have a better team, more leveled up characters, etc. And then you can take on that event. So I'm actually going to try to lose this. And as I went into here, I brought in my giant form team, and I wasn't thinking, and I completely forgot that as they get low, they're going to transform. So you're going to see a ton of transformations because we're below 50% HP. But the main reason why I say you shouldn't use Dragon Stones to revive is because in this game, sometimes you can get lucky rotations, okay? Sometimes you can get kind of shafted with the rotations. What I mean by that is there's points where you'll have your best linking 3 characters right on the first turn, which is fantastic because that's how you want to leave it. And then you'll be able to do a ton of damage and get off to the right foot and start the run very good. There's other times where, let's just say you brought 2 or 3 characters that work well with others, but not with themselves. And you kind of want to avoid them being together. And then you start off the match with them together. And you're just like, oh, come on, dude. And then you take a ton of damage because they're not linking and doing any of that stuff, right? So that's what I mean by, how should I play this? I want to take as much damage as possible. And as you can see, we're only attacking Zamasu. So he can actually kill us and we can actually get to that screen. But, there's times where if you just tried that event again, you could get a better rotation, do more damage, and clear it. Or if you use certain other items, you may be able to win. For example, you have things like the Android 8, which gives you health back, and it gives you damage reduction. Things like the Princess Snake, which do the same thing. So those are very, very good items to use. Now, the main reason why I also say make sure you're saving. I shouldn't have used that because I'm gonna get a little bit of health back. Saving your Dragon Stones is, let's just say if you give it a few attempts, right, and you just aren't able to clear it, you can use 1 Dragon Stone to get back all of your stamina. So it could even be where you're like, I was so close. I was so close to beating it. You can use that 1 Dragon Stone to, get your health back and try to beat it, or end up having a bad rotation, dying again, and then, continuing to lose and end up using more Dragon Stone. Or you can use that one Dragonstone to refresh all of your stamina and then give it a few more attempts. And again, like I said, if you can't beat it, then you just kind of let it go, call it a day, don't worry about it. See what happens in the future, particularly with my other tip of farming the Ginyu Force and farming the Team Bardock, because they're such great teams. They're going to be able to clear you through the majority of content. So instead of trying to awaken your units right away, if you're not capable of doing it, then farm up those two teams, and then you'll be able to go back and clear it. And then you don't have to worry about, like, damn, I got to use 4 Dragonstones. And I'm not going to lie, I did the same thing earlier on in my Dokkan career. Very, very stupidly, too. For example, a lot of times I didn't read the information on certain events. And so if I'm going into a Broly event, I didn't know that there was like a Rampage feature, meaning he takes almost no damage from characters that do not have the Rampage link skill. And so I had like a Super Saiyan 3 Tech Gotenks that had crit in him because he was Tech, and he was the only one doing damage. And I was like, dude, why is Gotenks the only one doing damage? I don't understand it. And it's not because he had Rampage, it's simply because he was the only one that had crit. And so every time he would crit, he would do 1 million damage or so, 900,000 damage. And it took a long time to be able to clear that Broly event. Same thing with the Beerus event. That was the main thing, I think, when I was doing the old Beerus event, is he has a rage mechanic. And his rage mechanic makes it so that boy takes very little damage while he's in that rage mechanic, and he hits very hard. So I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I feel like I'm, hitting him with everything I got, and it's just doing nothing. Whereas he just slaps me around, and I ended up using like 4 Dragonstones thinking I was about to finish the fight. And then he had another phase. And I was like, oh, come on, bro. Like, I've already wasted 4 Dragonstones and you got another phase, dude. What is going on? So, how many times do these dudes go into giant form? That's insane. It's absolutely insane. And then, boom, there it goes. So get max HP. Would you like to consume 1 Dragonstone revive in battle? Not worth it. Hit no. Don't worry about the items you've obtained. As you can see, I got like one training item. Whatever, okay? Be used to seeing this. Don't worry about it. You can give it another go. You can also, refresh your stamina once you use it all up. So that's the main thing. Save your Dragonstones for celebrations like this. You want all of your Dragonstones for celebrations like this. Don't waste it on silly stuff. So that's the biggest advice I can give you. Hopefully these 5 tips helped you out if you're a beginner or if you just didn't know them. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, consider what you're doing for your life. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodik. See y'all in the next video.